Hi, it's Matt from the Magic Matt Show here. I'm in between gigs at the moment, so I've been doing one this morning in Doncaster, and this afternoon I am in Wakefield. But I've got about 10-15 minutes, so I thought I'd just run down some of my top tips for parties and how to make sure that it's the best it can be. So you've got a couple of things really, I've not written them all down, but first of all, balloons, right? Now these are a nightmare for entertainers. If you've got a load of balloons on the floor and things like that while the show's on, it's going to cause loads of problems because a lot of them are going to pop. They're going to be chucking them around, the kids are going to be throwing them about. Kids who haven't got a balloon are going to be upset that other kids have got a balloon. So what we try and do when we're doing parties is to encourage you to either stick the balloons up on the wall at the beginning, or if we're going to do the show, while the show's on, just get the balloons out of the way because they can cause a bit of a problem. Now, we are pretty good at what we do, I hope so, I've been doing it for a long time. Controlling 30 kids at once is pretty difficult, but if you've got balloons popping and blowing off and getting chucked about all over the place, it can make it an absolute nightmare. So balloons, try and get those out of the way if you can. Number two, just off the back of something that I've noticed recently, latecomers to parties. Now, I don't start my show until about 10 minutes into the party, something like that, just to make sure that all the kids are there. If we're doing the 2-hour party, I'll start it even later because we'll do games first and things like that. Now, you get kids that come increasingly later and later and later to parties. Like recently I had a party and a kid didn't turn up till half an hour into the actual party, so I was well into the show by that time. What I'd do is I would discourage your children whose birthday it is to actually get up and go and welcome them into the party. I know it sounds a little bit rude, but the show's kind of on for that one section, and if there's a few coming in late on, then your kid's going to miss loads of the show because they'll have to keep getting up and going and sort of welcoming different people to the party. And it is a bit of a pain that, you know, they're not there to welcome and accept the present, but to be honest, they should have been on time, shouldn't they, really? Because it's a bit rude to you guys and turn up late. So it swings and roundabouts. So what I'd say is, if they turn up late, just don't encourage your kid to get up and go and do that. Also, obviously, we've got to keep the kids hydrated and stuff like that during the party. Before I start my show, I'll say to them, right, when we sit down and do the show in a minute, make sure you've got yourself a drink first of all if you're going to need a drink, particularly if it's a hot day. I mean, I know we've had a really hot summer. But one problem is, if I'm midway through a show and someone brings a kid a drink in the show, whoever it is, and gets them sat down there at the front and puts a drink in front of them, all the other kids are then going to want a drink as well. And it just becomes a nightmare. It interrupts the whole flow of the show and interrupts the whole flow of the party, makes it really, really difficult. So there's another huge tip that I would have, is that if you can avoid bringing kids individual things, and if the food's open and someone brings them over some packets of crisps, it has happened to me, believe it or not. Midway through the show, some mother has brought their kid a packet of crisps or something like that. Obviously, if they need it for medical reasons, it's not avoidable, but if you can try and avoid it, then it does really help with the flow of the show. Also, things with the food, buffets I find are generally a bad idea. If you've got a buffet and you've got to line the kid up to get them to get their food, or line all the kids up, it does take them ages to get their food. So your best way to do it is really, I've found, is to just get a load of food, loads of trays of sandwiches or whatever you want to do, stick them all down in the middle of the table, and then just get the kids to sit down at the table and then just go at the food basically, and they all just take what they want and eat bits and bobs anyway. They're not going to eat a really highly nutritional meal at a party, I'm sorry to tell you, but that's going to happen. Yeah, the bits of fruit and stuff, great, and kids do dig into those now more than they used to, but yeah, you just stick all those out down on the table, you can sit the kids around, and we're wasting less time then. I mean, if I'm doing a party for 2 hours, I need about 10 minutes in the middle to turn around from doing my show into doing the circus skills bit, and that's when the kids are eating. Now, if they're doing a buffet, it might take them 20-25 minutes. If we're doing it where they just stick it all out on the table, it's over in a couple of minutes, job done. If you're booking just for an entertainer, just for the show by itself, which is about 3/4 of an hour show in my parties in general, and you have to do some games, I would go with Pass the Parcel, because it kills a lot of time. That's the reason I don't do it in my 2-hour parties, is because I think I'm there to provide entertainment for the kids, and just playing and stopping a track while they pass a parcel around, I'm not really doing much for my job, and it takes about 10 minutes. So if you're just booking the show and you want a game that's going to take a long time, Pass the Parcel is your game. That's a good one. What else can I think of for you? Party bags. Party bags can be really expensive. I do the Magic Wand packs now, which are an party bag alternative. You just take as many of those as you want on the day, and they're £1 per kid. They get like a magic wand and then 6 tricks, teach them how to do 6 tricks, and a free box of magic tricks from Letterbox Magic as well. They can sign up and get that free through the post. Party bags though, if you are going to do party bags, go to Amazon. Amazon is your best bet. Amazon or eBay, and just get tons of the little things and then pack them into bags yourself. If you start going around Asda or wherever and trying to pick it up properly from there, it can come to sort of £3 or £4 a party bag before you even started, and it just gets a bit nuts really. So that's a bit of a pain. And that's about it. I know it's quite a long video, this one, it's 5 minutes. I have chunked on a little bit about how you can help out your entertainer do the best thing, but that does really help us. There are these few tiny little things that seem a little bit trivial, but it really does help us give the best performance we can do on the day, and just to avoid distraction, which is obviously what we want at the end of the day. But yeah, if you've got any questions or anything, please feel free to hit them in the comments. Any questions about anything to do with parties, I have seen it before, so anything you want to ask me, that's fine. I say I've seen it before. I was halfway through a show yesterday and a big inflatable dinosaur walked in, so I had to put my show on hold. That was a bit of a difficult one for me, but it wasn't their fault. They just mistimed it and stuff, and I just did a bit of a break and we sorted it out, so there's no problem. But yeah, now I think I'll be hard pressed to see anything that I've not seen before. So if you want any help with anything, like I say, give us a shout and I can give you some tips on how to run your party. Right, and see you soon. Thanks for watching this little clip.